to come tell us about their take on technology. We pick different topics each week, and our topic mainly for this week is the advancement of tech in the health and wellness industry. My name is Tommie Edwards. So I can see you guys can hear and see me. Brilliant. My name is Tommie Edwards, and I'm the founder and CEO of Tedbree and Tech1M. And what we do at Tedbree basically is we match tech talents to tech projects and deliver that within our platform. We do the bus chats to be able to shed more light on what is going on within the tech industry and allow more people to understand how technology is advancing and pretty much helping different industries. Industries are beginning to see this and leverage technology in different ways. At the last bus chat, we looked at the health and wellness industry from a different angle, but I'm very, very excited to look at the health and wellness industry from a totally different angle this time around. I have three amazing guests for you this week, and I'm particularly proud that they are all women. That is something that is amazing. So, women take health very seriously. Women are now taking technology very seriously, and you'll be able to hear from these three powerful guests that we have today. So, before we begin, I just want to run a very quick poll. So if you're here and you know someone that needs to be here to hear this amazing lady speak, then share the link and let them know that we are about to shut it down. We are about to really take it up and hear how technology is really helping the health and wellness industry. So while I'm introducing my guest and they start to talk, I want to just understand what your take is on this question. Do you agree that technology has impacted the health and wellness industry positively? Is that a yes or is that a no? So let's see what you guys think. I'm publishing a poll right now and I'm going to be putting this poll on stage. Let's see what you guys think. Is it a yes? Is it a no? All you need to do is just tap and then we'll be able to see this. So while you guys are letting us know your opinion on this, we want your input. Just to let you know what is happening all around your screens. You have an area in here, as we typically do with the bus chat. We have a leaderboard, and on that leaderboard, basically some people already know the game and they are playing it very, very well. The leaderboard allows you to win £50 at the end of the bus chat. All you need to do is to be the king or queen at the end of the bus chat. So the king or queen will be the person ranking number one on the leaderboard by the end of today. So right now we have Angela Oladipupo with 105 points, and she's currently sitting pretty at the top. So let's see who is going to overtake her. All you need to do is to participate. If I put up a poll, make sure you vote. When my guests are speaking, say something. A thumbs up, a thumbs down. If you do not agree, be part of the conversation so we know that you are here. At the end of the day, whoever is sitting at number one wins the gift that we have today. All right, brilliant. I'll check that later. So let's introduce our amazing, amazing guest. I'm so excited to have every one of them in here, and you guys are in for a treat. So I'll start from the top of my screen. All right, my poll is going beautiful. I'm going to close this poll in 2 minutes. So please engage, engage. So we have Isoken Obaseki. As you can hear the way the name even sounds, it already tells you power, power, power. Isoken Obaseki. She's going to introduce herself fully. She is the founder and CEO of Lilyflow, and I really, really like what Lilyflow is doing. They're using technology in a very, very interesting manner, and you get to hear all about what Lilyflow is about shortly. Then I have another amazing powerhouse in here. They're all going to introduce themselves because no one can introduce themselves. I can't introduce them as good as they will introduce themselves. So I like people to introduce themselves directly. So the next person is okay. The next person is Joycee Awosika. And I really like the way the names. These names are just like they're giving me energy. So Joycee Awosika, if you haven't heard her speak, oh my God, She shuts the house down every time she speaks. So I can't wait to hear her speak today. She's the founder and CEO of ORÍKİ Group and Unwind. And if you don't know what that is about, then you need to start using the internet because they are really taking over Africa with health and wellness. She's going to tell you all about it. And I can't wait for you guys to hear it as well. And then we have the amazing Margaret Bell. We just lost Margaret. She'll be back shortly. But while Margaret is not here, I'll get Margaret back very soon and she'll be able to introduce herself. Margaret is an amazing coach within the health and wellness industry. And she's someone that believes that she doesn't like people dieting. She has a different technique. And she's here to tell us how she does that and how technology is helping her to be able to get what she does do. So now let's begin and start to speak with our guests. Okay, Margaret, are you back?
I
We
am
can't,
indeed.
we can't see your
Yes.
face though. All right, brilliant. Okay.
Hi, yes, I am.
Hi, yeah, fantastic. So I'm closing the poll
Can you
now.
hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you very well and I can see you. So we can
Yeah.
say confidently with this poll that everyone on here that partake within this particular poll is telling us that they believe that technology has impacted the health and wellness industry positively. And I'm to agree with that as well. So I'm going to close the poll now and I'll give my guests an opportunity to introduce themselves properly and tell us about if they also agree with that statement before we start to dive into our topic of today. So, Isoken, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Tommy. Thank you for the invite. I really, really appreciate this. And for me to have the opportunity to actually speak with your audience. So thank you very much. Well, first of all, I would say I agree very much with the poll as well. I would say yes, because technology has actually helped me so much with Lilyflow. So I will just go and briefly introduce myself and kind of like I like, or whenever I introduce Lilyflow, I just like to start off with what actually, what was the main reason for the birth of Lilyflow. So Lilyflow is an organic feminine care product line. Here we simply sell organic products which we use during our menstruation, such as the pads, we have the period pants, we have panty liners, we have the cups. So, first of all, starting this, I think back in 2017 stroke 2018, I had severe irritation with my menstruation every month, which actually took me to the GP. And I realized soon afterwards they kept me on antibiotics, but due to kind of my lifestyle, and I'm so like, well, people that know me, they know me. I'm so super kind of, I try my best to stay in line with organic stuff. I like to go very pure and clean with everything I do as much as I can, because really it can be a very difficult line. And most times this kind of choice can be very expensive or not really reachable as you would like it to be. So, and I realized that with this irritation and issues coming in, the first thing the doctor would say to me is, "Oh, okay, go on antibiotics." And with that, I knew this wasn't going to solve. I'm just going to keep going back. And that was what happened. I kept going back to the GP every month. So one day I decided to say, okay, this could actually be my product I'm using, because if this occurs every month, then there's a reason for this. Hence, I decided to look into using organic parts. And lo and behold, when I went into Tesco, went into Sainsbury, went to the shops, I couldn't find any organic line in the shops. And that took me back. I was like, why not? So I went on the internet, searched. I found very few within the UK, very, very limited, and no much information about it. Hence my beginning of Lilyflow. And once I got a product which I was using, I started using it, I realized the instant difference in switching your menstruation products or using clean products during your menstruation. Most women, or I was the kind of woman then, when I go into the shop, I pick anything and just go out and use. But we do not realize the effect or these things have due to the kind of ingredients they've used in producing this product. So that changed my lifestyle, and hence I decided to birth Lilyflow and have my own product line whereby I ensure that it's reachable. You can easily reach it. You can easily get it based on going on the internet and just typing whatever you decide to do. I can remember at first when I started, it took me a while to kind of know exactly what I want as a new business, to ensure that not just what I want, but what the market or people would like to have as well. How easy it is for me to connect with the people and making it easy for people to go into my website and getting this product, or making it kind of personalized to them based on their usage or based on their flow. So hence, I would say technology has been a very, very big part for me, where people can go into my website, look at the different product lines which we produce, and then decide on which one they would like, or easily you can see the different categories whereby you can actually personalize the products to yourself. So you can choose not just one product line, but you can actually mix and match your products as well. So this has made it very easy for customers so far. And also, we're still building, we're still trying to learn new things, and based on feedback as well, to ensure that it's really, really user friendly for people to be able to get this product at their doorstep and whenever they need it. So this is Lilyflow, and this is what we're about. Thank you.
Oh wow, thank you so much. Like I told you guys, Lilyflow is an amazing product, and they've leveraged technology beautifully, in the sense that you're trying to get something that is very sustainable. You're trying to get biodegradable pads, and then combine that with technology to be able to have like just have Lilyflow delivered to your doorstep and have those sort of subscription services. And I think I'm one of their customers, and it's really transformed the way I look at organic products versus just picking anything from the shelf, because I'm one of those people that would just go to Tesco and just grab something. But then after being educated and seeing the difference, I can tell how that makes me feel as a feminist and as a woman in general. So thank you for betting that product. Thank you for bringing that. I can't wait to
Thank
see it
you.
everywhere, and we'll dive more into that shortly. So now let's leave the stage for Joycee Awosika to tell us all about herself and her amazing products. So I'm going to pin you now, Joycee.
Hi, everyone. Hello. It's such a pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much, Tommie and Tedbree, for putting this together. It's an amazing platform, and I've had the privilege to listen to several buzz chats. So well done. Okay, so for me, to answer the poll question first and foremost, I mean, absolutely. I mean, technology has just been a driver in so many sectors, and especially in this sector, considering post COVID and how everyone has placed more of an emphasis on self care, and people are demanding it at their fingertips, the best way they can get it anytime, anywhere. And tech is the driver. So I run a company that's called ORÍKİ. ORÍKİ that's ORIKI. We are a farm to skin and wellness product brand. What that basically means is we manufacture our own all natural product range, 6 products, using eco friendly ingredients sourced from the continent of Africa. We have our own manufacturing facility in Lagos, Nigeria, and we retail our products and distribute around the world. We also have the ability to manufacture these same wellness personal grooming products for other people. So we do private label and contract manufacturing. But the other side of that is the wellness side of the company, which is service oriented. And what we do is we have a chain of spas. Currently in Nigeria, we have 7 locations, and we have just launched our franchise last year. We're opening locations currently in other parts of Nigeria, in London, in Belgium, and in the US. And the plan is to continue to take our wellness spa locations around the world, providing people with the opportunity to get really true day spa services, your massages, your facials, your body scrubs, at your convenience. But the next baby that's launching under ORÍKİ Group is Unwind. And Unwind is a revolutionary app. It's the first wellness on demand app in Africa. If you're familiar with Urban in the UK or Soothe or Zeal in the US, it allows you to book a certified massage therapist provider at your doorstep anytime, anywhere. So we are building the Uber of spas across Africa. And it's really exciting to be a part of this movement. It's really exciting to know that people, when they are demanding services, can get it within an hour, fully kitted at your doorstep. And we're really pushing this movement around the world and across Africa first.
Absolutely. So I told you guys, I told you she's no joke. She basically just pretty much just broke the table. How many products did you talk about? Quite a few. And as you can see, you are very, very deep in the health and wellness space. Every single thing you're talking about is all about care, pretty much your body care, your skin care, and your wellness. It's all about, and all this is tied into our mental health, how we take care of ourselves, how we prioritize our bodies first. And I'm so, so grateful that you three ladies are here today to really educate us and show us what different things that we can do to even educate ourselves more and take care of ourselves even better. So thank you, Joycee. We're going to dive into Unwind and ORÍKІ. So I didn't even know you guys are taking over the world. So it's not just Africa. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, for the spas.
Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so let's move over to Margaret. And I hope you guys are enjoying and listening to what I'm hearing here. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay, I can see. Yeah, yeah. I could hear proud. So Jennifer is saying proud of you. It's okay. We can see I'm loving our speakers. That is a Marachi. Someone is saying, so this is at the bio is saying ORÍKІ fan here. Register through your story. Oh wow. I love hearing ORÍKІ's growth. Thank you. So people know who you guys are. So let's go on to Margaret. I'm going to pin Margaret now. 1 second. All right, Margaret, you have the floor.
Hi there, thank you so much for letting me come on today. It's an absolute great privilege. To talk about the poll, first and foremost, I can see the very much advantageous benefits, but I can also see some not so good things about the way things are going today. The reason I say that is the very thing that I do on an everyday basis. I'm an anti-diet coach and a gut health expert, and my business is Naturally Empowered Health. Now, I actually coach on a one-to-one basis in regards to food behaviours and food disorders for the likes of adults and teens. So when it comes to that kind of thing, I can very much see some of the benefits for the changes in the wellness industry, but from that perspective, it can put a lot of pressure on people in regards to that. So that's where I might be coming slightly on that. But I'm also a gut health expert as well. I've over 30 years experience within gut health. My mum actually, when I was 15 and a half, a lot of years ago, was diagnosed with lupus. And that's when my whole journey started in regards to gut health. So I now marry the two that I do, an anti-diet coach and a gut health expert. Also go out as into businesses as well and really open their eyes in regards to how food can affect our stress levels, affect our focus, and really affect our lives as a whole. And I also cater at well-being events and luxury retreats as well, all based around organic food, all based around basically gut health and bringing that element in. I know that gut health is starting to take off these days and more people are getting to know more and more about it, which is absolutely wonderful. And that's really my bag as a whole, an anti-diet coach and a gut health expert.
All right, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much. So I like that. I like the anti-diet because a girl just wants to eat what she wants to eat, but then you have all of the all around, and you can't just do what you need to do. So I would love to learn some tricks on how I can still eat what I want to eat, and then still look so nice.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you guys, what you need to do now is if you have any questions, start to put them in the Q&A. So, but you have to give me my opportunity to ask my questions first, and then you could start having your questions in the Q&A for our panel to answer. So I'll bring all the ladies back and let's start to talk about this topic that we have today. It's a big topic, and I see your point, Margaret, in terms of sometimes technology it has a lot of positives, but then there are
Absolutely.
the negatives as well. And but
Yeah.
from where we are at the moment, we're still enjoying a lot of the positives. And if we do not take time or do not take care, we could take our eyes off the ball, and then the negativity of technology can start to creep in gradually. So I totally agree with you that it's not 100% yes, but I think majority of us just feel, yeah, it has really impacted it positively, but then it has
Yeah.
that little thing that we still need to take care of. So if
Absolutely.
you look, yeah, so if you look at the advancement of technology, that's the topic of today in health and wellness. So if I start with you, Margaret, how would you address this topic? What would you say that the advancement has been?
Wow, I actually did a bit of research before coming on today, and I would say it in so many different areas when it comes to health and wellness, from the likes of telemedicine, meditation apps that are out there, wellness apps that are out there, the likes of MyFitnessPal. We've even got smart water, smart gym equipment, and there's more natural and clean products out there. So I think if anything, the likes of the pandemic has shown us in the last few years that more people are needing the likes of equipment and health and wellness to be more personalised and more directed at them, and not so widespread as it was. There needs to be something there for specifically what your needs are.
Right. Okay. I agree with you. I see that I used to use, even before the pandemic, my fitness file was something that I typically use as well, even not like I follow it very well, but I try. And we also have like the smartwatches, like you said, like
Yeah.
trying to make all of those sort of things personalized. But then I'm keen to hear your take on it, Joycey. How would you say technology has helped advance these industries?
So for me, I think it's the fact that there's a big on demand push right now. If we want to talk about even mental health, before, it was an idea of how you were probably doing one on one therapy with someone, you were, meeting with the coach or meeting with the counselor. But now there's tons of apps out there that allow you to have like a therapist in another part of the world, right? And you can literally just see their bio, their profile, see the kind of clients they work with or the kind of cases they deal with, and then book them. And also for us in the company, in the industry, in the spa space, which is really big when it comes to wellness and self-care and total body rejuvenation, we find that customers now, 90% of our customers book directly online. So gone are the days where people just feel they need to call you to say, hey, is there an availability Friday at 12 noon? They're clicking a link and they're saying, and they're looking and choosing their service for themselves, and then saying, and then booking their details in, and even making payment online, securing their booking. So I feel like tech has really advanced the access,
Yeah.
and the ability to do things when people need it the most, and at any time.
Yeah, and if I'm hearing you correctly, it feels like technology has actually just globalized the whole thing. So I totally agree with you on the therapist thing. Yeah, you could be in this part of the world and be having a therapist in Los Angeles, provided you could do the timing works, then that's it. And people are beginning to build more and more applications that are helping us assess this technology and do different things with our health and wellness. So it's okay. So for you, I know that I'm trying to see your angle to this and how you would address this topic in your industry.
Yeah, for me, I think is the aspect where I'm easily able to reach out to more people when it comes to customers actually buying from Lilyflow. So I can be here and people, because right now, what if we've tried to do, or recently, what we've been building is building like hubs in Nigeria, whereby people can easily not just order directly from the shops, because now we're beginning to enter the shops in Nigeria, which is a great thing which I've just recently started doing. But people can actually come online or ask questions, or easily kind of come to me, or directly to anybody within Lilyflow, just to ask questions, and we can easily answer them. So that communication, and feeling like you're part of them, not kind of waiting so long for you to get emails or things answered immediately. So it's just that quick accessibility for me, I would say, and being able to reach people globally. So it's for me now to easily tap into much more wider audience, because it's a very global market. And the opportunity for which technology is giving us is to be able to assess the markets as much as we can. And another thing is the personalization of our product. So we can easily, this is not going to the shops and getting what you have in the shop, but you can actually speak directly to us, or we've made it easy for people to kind of personalize what they want to get. So you have easy access to kind of like the producers, instead of like you're buying stuff from the shop, you don't really know the people or the company behind what you're buying, but you're just buying. But I think the technology is actually advanced, or advanced Lily Flow to the in a sense whereby we are reachable, I would say.
Right. So from what I can hear, it feels like it's brought your customers very, very close to you, and it's
Mm,
allowed you to actually understand the customers better, understand what they want, and then you react based on what the customers are saying. And also
yes.
it's allowing you educate the customers better, because they're reachable, they can speak to you, they can understand, and it's also allowing you grow into different continents, like you've mentioned.
Mm.
So we are just hearing quite a lot of positives from this. Well, let's take on another sort of look and say that, where do we see technology within this industry in the next, say, 5 years? How do you see technology within the health and wellness space taking off in your own area of expertise? So I'll go to you first, Joycey.
This is a really interesting question. So I think, so in my space, you know, so AI right now is taking center stage, right? And I haven't really thought so much about how like AI can really impact the spa and wellness industry. But I do think that there could be um, a situation where people can have more bespoke services curated for them based on maybe how they're feeling, rejuvenation, basically coming online. And for example, let's talk about our products. We currently create products that are self care, personal grooming products using natural ingredients. And I see people, it's happening now actually, but people being able to do more of curation, where you can come in and say, this is my concern, my body concern, my skin concern, how I'm feeling. And then maybe a cream, a moisturizer could be created for you that has specific high performing ingredients as a result. So people basically anywhere could be plugging in to this service. And next thing you know, a customized product comes to your doorstep. So that's just one of the ways I see. I see in 5 years, I mean, I don't think on demand is going anywhere. I was doing some research the other day, on the on demand sector, and people just being able to have things at their fingertips, quicker time frames. So that includes the services and the products. And so that's where I see for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still on that question, still with you,
Yeah.
before I go somewhere, before I go to Margaret next. What would you say, right now there's this whole, you must have heard about the third internet, Web3, that is out there. Do you think that technology has anything to do, well, does health and wellness, I mean, have anything to do with the Web3 space, and if anything with the metaverse? Do you see, I'm just trying to be futuristic in some way. Are we going to be having massages in some way within the metaverse?
Oh, we're gonna be having Wow. I mean, I think nothing is impossible. Okay. Nothing is impossible with the way things are going. Nothing really is impossible. But based on trends and predictions, I'm sure that this industry will not be left out. Um, Connectivity will be a big part of the wellness sector. People, like I said, personalization. People will have more control of what they really want and the services that they want. Perhaps metaverse will have something to do with it, but I'm not sure how right now.
Exactly.
But I do know that anything is possible with the way that the trends and predictions have been going. Like anything is honestly
It's
possible.
possible. Yeah. I was just trying to be cheeky there because I know it. I'm like, we then have the human touch. We'll see. We'll
I
see.
know.
Who knows what is happening? So
Who knows?
Margaret, for you, I was just wondering what so you are basically you coach because in reading your bio and what you do, so you coach business owners on how we actually take care of ourselves and how we also use natural ingredients as much as possible, and also in terms of anti-diets, and that's it, we don't stress our body putting in what shouldn't be in the body into the body. So then, in the next 5 years, how do you see this playing out? Where do you see what you're doing? Where do you see it getting into in the next 5 years? And how will technology play a part?
Um, Gut health is becoming more and more prominent. I see that getting even more prominent. The research out there is that the gut is the second brain. There's now research coming out that the gut is actually the first brain. So I see that becoming more and more prominent. When it comes to technology, um, the relationship between GPs and the likes of nutrition, my hopes is that they start coming together, to be quite honest with you, because the likes of GPs' knowledge of nutrition at the moment is starting to grow, but it's nowhere near where it really needs to be. And if GPs knew a lot more about nutrition, then I do believe there would be so much more correlation between the likes of practitioners like myself and the medical world.
Oh, absolutely. On the last bus chat that we had, this was one of the topics that we spoke about. And one of our guests was saying that you wanted a world where GPs will have access to everyone's medical record. And regardless of wherever you are in the world, whatever country you are, there will be a global. Well, so we started to dive into the pros and cons of that. And I see that that's where you're going as well, which is quite interesting. So on the same topic, so I know that you so it's okay. This is to you for Lilyflow. You are using biodegradable products. So and I think you are tackling two different things. You are tackling the fact that up until Lilyflow, when people use sanitary towels and things like that, we don't know where it ends up. But with your product, we understand that at the end of the day, it becomes dissolvable. It dissolves, and so it doesn't pretty much pollute the planet, and it kind of like helps us to feel better in the process as well. So, how do you
Yeah.
see more and more awareness of this product being out there? What do you think is going to happen in the next 5 years?
I think with technology and the impact for us in the next 5 years or 10 years as technology continues to evolve, it's going to be the awareness of so many things we do, the kind of products we use, or the ingredients, or what effect it does have, even after you've finished with the products. So for Lilyflow, like our product line, as you said, we another selling point for us is the all biodegradable. So when it ends up in the water, for environmentally, it's not just environmentally, we're not just trying to be specific with them. Even though I would say I'm not, but when hearing that you're using products whereby it ends up and not clogging like the sea, or you find it in the fishes and all that, you're rest assured, or you feel very much more like, oh, I'm doing something great for the environment, I'm doing something great for the world, whereby I'm using products, and these products are definitely going to dissolve when it comes to a particular point in time. So they're not products or plastic, because most menstrual products you see out there all contain plastics, to be honest. So our selling point is going organic, pure 100% cotton, and these product lines will definitely dissolve at a particular point in time. So it's the awareness of knowing exactly what we have as our ingredients in those products, and knowing that yes, we have an impact in the world. So as technology progresses, as people kind of getting much more like or taking self-care very important, and knowing that, okay, I think I need to change, or I need to tweak some kind of things I do, not just looking at my body, but what are the effects it does have towards the environment we live in, because we all want a safe environment at we want to live in a safe and I would say kind of free of toxic, free of things that you're eating stuff you don't know what exactly the species or animals have eaten. So it's just ensuring that we're in the right path in making sure the world is a better place for every one of us tomorrow, and even our children to come. So I'm happy with technology progressing on, because it just brings people much more, or brings awareness for people to take note of all the things which we wouldn't actually think about last 10 years or 20 years ago.
Fantastic. And I think I definitely agree with you with what you're saying. I think that we are being more conscious of the sort of things, or even if if we are not so 100%, but we are starting to get it, that we need to think about what goes into our body, and we need more awareness. We need to be educated a whole lot more, so we can even take it a lot more seriously. But it's beginning to sink. I think for me, the day that I'm like, okay, Tommy, you have to take this even a lot more seriously, was when it was 42, was it 41 degrees or 42 degrees in London, and I'm like, I couldn't even. I'm like, can it get any hotter than this? It felt like no one should go to hell because if if this is how it feels being this hot, what we can imagine what could happen. So I'm like, okay, we need to start taking this seriously. We have a part to play. We all have a part to play, and you ladies are doing fantastic things. Before I start to go into our questions, anyone can answer this. Um, so, do you think for the future that is coming, the future generation? I have kids that are 9, 7, nephews, and co. Do you think that they are going to live in a sort of different world than we are living right now? Do you see them being a lot more health conscious? Or what's your take on that?
Oh, wow, I would say 100% on that, because I had a discussion with my oldest son the other day, which was kind of not necessarily this, but kind of relating to this and the advancement of technology in their own time. And the question was like, my middle son was like, "Oh, mom, what's going to happen in like to my own children? What's going to be the in thing? Like, what's going to be? Is it that we're going to have flying cars?" I was like, I don't think he's even going to get to your own generation, to your children's generation. It might be your generation that will have flying cars, because I'm sure there are some brewing already or in production already. So what I'm trying to say is that I think the children, the young ones, they're beginning to understand the effect of technology, and they're beginning to take things or note things as well. Even for discussions with my kids as well, when I hear them, when we talk about having healthy kind of choices, and even in schools, they begin to teach like kids on, or like they hear making healthy choices, or making things that are good for not just your body, but for the environment as well. So I think with these advancements, and with the generation to come, I think they will find it much more easier. But definitely there's always pros and cons to situation like this, of course, with technology. But in the positive side, I would say the awareness is going to be fully there, and it's going to be much more easier for them to make decisions and get stuff easily, and you don't really need to dwell on things. I think things will be much more, how will I put it, much more in front of you. So that access to having things done or getting things at your, once you click a finger at your beck and call, it's going to be there. So it's a good future to look up to, but we all have the responsibility to play. I think everybody do have responsibility when it comes to self-care awareness, whether we're talking about the environment or our body health wise. We all have a part to play, and it's a choice really we have to all make.
Absolutely, absolutely. The questions are beginning to roll in, and I think I will. There's a question here. I think this can go to you, Margaret, if you want to answer this. So, someone is asking. This is Faith Adela. She's saying, seeing as AI is dominating everywhere, how do you think technology can impact the mental health sector?
I actually put an answer into that on a comment. I can see we have to really walk a fine line with this one as far as A is concerned and mental health. Basically, because I do feel that there is a lot of human interaction needed when it comes to mental health. In my field, for instance, I do work with a lot of adults, but I also work with a lot of teens as well. And to have that knowledge and that understanding and that connection, human connection, is extremely important when it comes to mental health. AI is absolutely great, but when it comes to that side of things, when mental health is concerned, that human interaction is very, very much still needed there. And I personally don't think that AI is going to be something that can overtake that in any way.
I see where you're coming from. AI is really powerful, and it scared me in a lot
Very,
of
very
ways.
powerful.
There's something, oh, did that just happen? Have you seen the deep fakes? Where someone is actually, they'll
Yes.
have a face and they are speaking like you, and you have nothing to do with it.
That's
So
Mhm.
creepy.
it is really creepy, but it's here, and I can imagine. I agree with you in terms of we need to figure out a way in which we have to still get everyone's involvement. I imagine what COVID
Yeah.
did to a lot of people's mental health. If you're living in a very small house and then you have to be locked in that house, it's like you're imprisoned, and it just messes
Yes.
with your brain. And so having to take away, and that's why it can't be replacing everyone's job for with robots. It has to be, we're creating something different, and we are advancing. We are pretty much using our brains to do even bigger things. And I think many industry leaders are beginning to see that fact, and they're beginning to win. We just need to find the balance. We're beginning to find the balance. We're speaking out a lot more. I was seeing the video. I can't remember the name of the boxer, and he was just reaching out to men. Men are not meant to cry. Men are not meant to do this. Men are not meant to do that. But you have to, because if you keep everything in and do not say it out, it keeps affecting your mental health.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And you can't just be talking to
100%.
YouTube every day. Talk to a human being.
We still need the physical interaction. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yes.
keep seeking human being. So I absolutely agree. So thanks for that. And I hope Margaret was able to do justice to your question, Faith. So there is a question here for Joycee Awosika. So I'll put this on stage. So this is from Peter Shehu. Peter says, can you say with technology you've been able to reach more people, or your physical stores bring in more clients for you?
Yeah, Peter, you hit the nail on the head. Let me give you an example. During COVID, when we were on lockdown and things were, nobody really knew what was next and what was going to happen. We stayed very close to our customers. So we stayed in contact. We were writing, newsletters. We were hearing from them, and everybody, like Tommy just mentioned, everybody wanted to get out of their house, and they just needed some type of like rejuvenation and relaxation. The stress was at an all-time high, and at the time in Lagos, we were on a lockdown. But as soon as, so depending on where you live in the world, like there was a graduated release of the lockdown. So when the lockdown eased up, we decided that we couldn't open our spa yet because we were not legally allowed to. It was still closed, but customers requested for us to come and do at-home services. And in 7 weeks, we were in over 700 homes
Oh, wow.
doing on-demand services. It was actually, I mean, I always think about that period and I always feel a sense of joy and just an overwhelming feeling because we were able to put together a team. And you're talking about technology. Here's how we did it. We put a link, we used a scheduling platform that said book a spa at home. We advertised that use various social media platforms. Like I said, we stayed active, we stayed talking to people, encouraging people to find ways to relax at home. And then we just powered it through some sponsored ads and whatnot. And before you know, we would wake up and have 30, 40 bookings in a day. And we just continued on that. And I had to really you know, I had to really scale. I had to put the team together, had to accommodate the team, make sure there was a system and a structure. That's one way. Number two, technology. Yeah, just the online booking is also one way. And then just, I don't know how far in technology we're speaking, but just things like, SEO and using Google to power our digitalizing our company basically in every way, shape, or form has been a big focus for the past 2 years. Like, how do we use digital and tech for our touch points? So all our consumer touch points, we want them to be powered by technology. Even our feedback mechanism is powered by technology. So that is how we've been able to get more clients using technology.
That's just a very, very interesting story and quite remarkable as well. Because all I hear is you guys just you took you saw the opportunity and then you didn't wait because you could. There was a whole lot of businesses just sitting down there. Oh yeah, we're waiting on the government. No, you saw the opportunity. You took the initiative. You leveraged technology and then you automated every touch point. So it was just automation. So yeah, that's really, really brilliant. And the result I think is Unwind, because now you've now taken that. You can hear you though. Now you've taken that into
That's
something
it. Yeah, so we
absolutely.
built Unwind as a result of it. So you know what? I mean, sometimes I tend to be quiet when people ask, how did COVID impact you? Because it actually transformed my company. I mean, it increased my company and it scaled us. But Unwind now has been built because that was our case study. That was our user like scenario that showed that people desire this at home, at work, at office, and now we're building Unwind across Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. It just kind of like fell in your lap. Yeah, there couldn't be a better case study. That's
Yeah.
that's that's interesting. So there's a question here. I think this is directed at you, it's okay. So I'll put this on stage. So this is Angela Oladipupo. She's saying, what were the challenges you faced when you started out, seeing that you were bringing something new to the market? Was the turnout encouraging? Very good question.
Oh, that's a
Well,
very good question. Thank you very much, Angela. Actually, to be fair, as you can see, the menstrual product line is a very, very huge market when it comes to the products we use. And we have so much big brands out there, whereby these big brands, they are so big, whereby they can be found everywhere in the world. And with Lilyflow coming in with a very small business trying to sell out the organic pads, I think our selling point was that we are pure cotton, 100% organic, and that we had to hit so much. So we had the 100%. So knowing what the product or the differentiation between our product and the products you find out there, mainstream product, was that our product line is mainly 100% cotton, and also it is biodegradable. So those were our selling points, and definitely with every kind of based on my own kind of line of business, it was a very I wouldn't say easy part. It was very hard for us to get people in the space of realizing why they should switch to organic products. So hence we kind of went into online. So it's now much more accessible and reachable. we don't have to kind of go into the shops to look for this, because that was another kind of opportunity we saw, that it's not mainly seen on the shops in the market, or when you go out to get stuff in the shops, you won't find 100% organic pads easily. So hence that was another selling point for us. And it was a very difficult line just to get, and which we're still growing anyway. And with Lilyflow is mostly the feedback we get, which is mainly through technology as well, because we have a feedback section within our website. So that's really helped as well. And we kind of use that to preach all the gospels, or take it around to let people know these are feedback from all the customers that have actually used the product. And because it's a physical product, people need to use them to understand or to feel the difference of what this is about, really. So it's not just the talking about, oh, this is 100% organic, or this is biodegradable, but it's for you to take the chance of actually trying this product to see how you feel about it and see the difference. And the good part is that once you use it, I tell you, can't go back of it, because I cannot see myself going back to main. I can't just imagine doing that. So it's trying to get people on board and get people to realize that we do need to give this a try. You do need to let yourself, or I think because of the easy access of going into the big, or with the big main brands which you have there, I don't want to start naming names, but because it's so easy to get it, we do not, I think most people would kind of take convenience to actually seeing what this is actually meant for in my body, what this is going to do for in my body. So they will go for convenience first. So we have to ensure that it is convenient for people to go into the website. They can easily access it, and they can easily get their products at their doorstep. So those are the I would say the strategy we kind of went with to be able to get our product out there. And I would say is beginning to get the balls we're looking for gradually, because in the last 2 weeks, I'm so proud. In the last 2 weeks, we've been able to enter 2 shops in Nigeria. I'm so proud of that. Yes, they've taken it as the first trial. So we're having a building a team to ensure like the customer service has to come with it, so that people can start having much more awareness. Because I realize that it's a market whereby I know that in Nigeria, they do not have a current organic product, menstrual products in Nigeria. So for us to come in there, we do need to put in the work, but it's something that is gradually building. And yeah, those are the few kind of, I would say, stumbles
Point.
we've come across as well, so.
Yeah. I would say for me, when I first heard about your product, what interested me was that, to be fair, and this is me just being honest here, it was just the convenience of the fact that I don't have to think about, oh, do I have an extra sanitary towel here? The convenience of the subscription. So now
Yes.
knowing that what I've subscribed to is also something that is good for me was now like a double, double win. So the fact that
Yeah.
I think I can't remember. I think I'm on a 6 months or so subscription with on your
Yeah.
and so every 6 months, I just get a pack, and it's a huge pack, and then I have it, and then I don't have to worry. It's basically counted everything for me, and so
Yeah.
it's just easy. So I think in
Yeah.
educating people of what I think I'm just mentioning that so you could see what is selling it for someone like myself. So you need to think about the different ways in which it is selling it for different people, and we just keep selling it in that way, so we can educate people. Because imagine if I started using Lilyflow and I ran out, and then because I can't find it in the stores, what do you think I'm picking? I'm going to pick something else that is
Because
there.
yeah,
You know,
as you said, that's one thing we kind of, with the feedback we get, and that's one thing we're getting from customers as well, because most times it's convenience that make people make some choices. Because
exactly.
I could be working in the shop, and I'm just, because one thing with your period, yes, we do have 28-day cycle, but most times within, it could be 30 days, it could be 27. So you might not really expect it to come like a day or 2 days early, and you're expecting to have your product. But by the time you walk into the shop and you're like, oh, I'm on my period, you will pick whatever you find, because you
Mm.
just need to be protected at that period in time. So hence with Lilyflow, once you have the subscription, it does help, and it takes all that away, whereby you don't need to think about it. It just rolls in for you. based on
Absolutely.
what you've picked. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, because of time, I'm looking at the time now. Just before Margaret answers this question, I think you guys in the audience are leaving Angela Oladipupo to take this prize money away because no one is competing against her. Compete, please. She has 290 points, and the next person is 170 behind her. That is Joshua. So compete, guys. Compete with Angela. I'm just she's the one laughing. Okay, so Margaret, to you. We're hearing Margaret on the same topic of AI, and this is from Joshua Joe. On the same topic of AI tech in health and wellness, do you think there's a place for government policies to regulate the way tech is used? Would this be a welcome change for general use of tech in health and wellness today? What do you think? Good question.
Wow, what a question.
We've got some intelligent audience.
um, when it comes to the health and wellness industry, I'll be honest with you, I don't see that many regulations. And what I have seen is a huge growth in coaches. Now, absolutely brilliant, but to be a coach, you are dealing with someone's life. And if you're not particularly, within the coaching world very long, I have seen coaching programs out there which are quite quick and that do progress you into a coach quite quickly. And without that experience, that can particularly worry me that we are letting coaches out there that may not have a the life experience or the actual experience as a coach in regards to specifically coaching what people's lives they've got in their hands. So in that kind of way, yes, I would actually welcome some kind of regulation when it comes to the likes of the coaching world. So absolutely, I think that would really help.
So I have a take on it, but what's your take on that? Because that's a big topic on its own. Does anybody else have it? Another take before I go? Anybody else? It's okay. Joycee? Okay, so for me, I personally feel like you what you just said it beautifully in terms that there's so many people out there that say, "Oh, I'm a coach, I'm a coach, there's just so many bars of coaches." Once you go onto LinkedIn and you type coaching and you realize that this person has just done this for 3 months and they have this certificate that they're a coach, and then you want to talk to someone about a very deep thing that is happening within their life and coach them through it. So I feel like that market needs to be regulated. It's not
Yes,
something that I'm probably going to be hated for this, but I think it needs to be regulated because you're dealing with people's lives,
People's
health.
lives.
Yeah, yeah.
To be fair, I think there's something coming up because I'm a qualified coach as well, and it took me 2 years to actually get into wellness qualified certification. And not just that, you have to have coaching under your belt before you can actually just go out there and say, okay, yes, I'm going to deal with people's lives. And most times, as you said, Margaret, very correctly, is that it has to be a kind of like you have to have the life experience as well to be able to
absolutely.
actually coach these people. If you do not have that, you have to have the real full research on such, depending on what way you're going or coaching, because coaching has different aspects or different perspective anyway. So you do have to have that full research to be able to coach people's lives. So I do say that it should be fully regulated. And I think within the UK as well, I think you have to register under the UK because when I did, I was registered under the UK coaching body. I've forgotten the name now, but I've taken myself off because I've come off coaching for now, trying to face all the things. But you do have to have that body. And most coaches that you find that if you want to really dig, they do not have that because it's just such a quick, because now you go on the internet and you can just do like two um, reviews or going to two sessions on the internet and you're qualified as a coach. Well, it all depends. So it's a place whereby I would say, yes, it should be fully regulated to allow people gain the full experience and change the lifestyle or get to whatever they want to get to with a coach in their lives.
Okay, beautiful. And while both of you are still talking around this is a question that I think is directed at Margaret. How do you incorporate tech in diet and nutrition sector? As a diet coach, I think she's an anti-diet coach, guys. Get it right. Against diet, anti-diet coach. How have you made use of tech?
Wow. Personally, I've made use of tech. I've had to completely pivot my business around. Um, I use the likes of Zoom, which has opened the world to me as far as coaching is concerned. And to be quite honest with you, most clients actually prefer to be online with me than in face to face, basically because they're in their own home, they're in their own comfort, rather than having to rush around trying to get to me. You know, we're there conversing, they're in their own space. So, in that way, that's how it has helped me. But in regards to diet, as we say, um, how do I comment on that as an anti-diet coach? Well, taking it in that way, in respect, I get people to really tap into their own intuition, and to do that, tech really isn't used, to be quite honest with you, because I'm building up people's own intuition rather than using a specific diet model. But a lot of the techniques that I use are available to them through my online through my online Zoom and from my online actual workbooks that I do present to them. So in a way, that may be tech, but I get them to really use their intuition more than anything else.
Okay, thank you for that. So we pretty much gone above the hour. So I'm gonna just take these two last questions and then we will close out. So I hope you guys have been enjoying yourself so far. I've enjoyed having a chat with you ladies. It's been amazing. I'm gonna put this question on here. So, in the case of online therapy, I think this is directed to you, Joycee. What do you think about the disparity between online experience and a physical experience? Is the disparity an advantage or a challenge?
I think this might be to Margaret,
Yeah,
but
see that. Yeah, it could be.
yeah, because we don't, I mean, unless Tommie's question about the future in 5 years can happen and how a robot can drop and massage our bodies, right now it's all physical. So even though you're booking online, the experience is in person. But yeah, I think Margaret, maybe perhaps you're coaching online versus physical.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yeah,
what Mark answered, isn't it? In terms of people kind of like prefer the online version a bit more, and I think the online version might also be helping the environment, isn't it? Instead of me driving all the way and polluting the air with my large car, and then I'm coming back again, I might as well just stay at home and return the computer and we get it done. So, okay. So I hope, Victoria, we're able to understand your question properly and did justice to it. There is another question here. I'll put this on stage. I don't know what this is for. How do you see technology in educating people about health and wellness? I think any one of you can take this.
I think it's
Okay.
already education people in health and wellness. I see in the areas that I do that, for instance, well, gut health, that's coming through more and more these days with the advance of technology, because there's more papers being able to get out there to prove different things about gut health that people can read. There's more products out there in regards to gut health that are available online that people can purchase. There's research going on, and as research improves, so does people's knowledge improve. So I see that there's a huge advancement there in my field, definitely.
I agree, but I think there can be more as well in terms of
Mm.
yeah, because technology advances very quickly, And in this health and wellness space, you can't have enough. We have to show as many examples. We have to educate people from even the primary schools on making, don't choose Haribos every time. Haribos over or a cucumber. What would you pick? So I think it's sort of that sort of education that probably what the person is talking about. But we're getting there. There's a whole lot of resources out there, like Margaret just said. There's another question. Sorry, I'm rushing now because I'm looking at the time and it's gone, it's past 20. Has the question gone down? Okay, yeah, it's here. How do you leverage Okay, how do you leverage on technology to create more awareness on your anti-diet approach? It's all coming to you, Margaret.
Um, Crikey. How do I leverage technology to create more awareness of my anti-diet approach? Well, I would say it's a lot to do with social media. The way social media can be used in a more positive respect. Because I see when social media quite a lot of the time, when I see with clients, they're not seeing it in the positive way that it can be used. So I would say social media has a huge way to go as far as that's concerned. And really, in regards to my own practice, as it were, who technology, I would definitely say in the likes of, well, for instance, I'm going to be devising the likes of an app for clients to use. So that is definitely something that's on the horizon for me. But not only that, I'm devising a wellness kind of hub for the likes of my corporate clients to use, that they can log on to and have immediate access to meditations and breathing exercises, so they're not having to wait to actually speak to me. So that's how I see advancement for technology specifically for me. But as a whole, in the anti-diet industry, definitely social media has a huge part to play.
Part to play. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we are going to round up with this now, and just 30 seconds from each one of you on the topic and on anything you want to say to just close us out. How technology is advancing the health and wellness industry, and how what you see and whatever you want to say based on the topic we've said. We just want to hear from you. So I'll start with you, Is okay? That's fine.
Okay, thanks, Tommy. For me, with Lilyflow, I would say technology has been a great advantage for me because we did start during the lockdown. That was when we kind of launched, and technology actually helped me advance or kickstart my business. So, in the aspect of being able to reach customers easily, and for customers to be able to reach us easily, and for them to be able to get much more products that's been brought into their lifestyle to fit their lifestyle, to fit their menstrual cycle. So making it much more, you can easily subscribe with our product, so which is a great advantage for us. And not only that, we have another selling point, which is the organic part of it. So I stress a lot with actually making decisions on going organic to every product we use, because with the kind of products we have out there, which has been mass produced, actually disadvantage to such productions of these products. So based on the kind of ingredients used or the kind of control it's gone through to be able to bring it to life or bring it to your home. So I would say going organic, we're going pure, and ensuring our health is optimal, our health is superior to every other thing. Because once we have good health, we will be able to even advance technology, because it's
Exactly.
humans that actually do technology. So it's so important with us making a decision to ensure that whatever decisions we make based on our life choices, they should come from a pure place, come organically, and because this is actually the base really to life. And also, we should ensure our products are actually environmental friendly as well. So, I think that's kind of like a nutshell to Lilyflow. So go out there and try Lilyflow and just let us know your feedback. So I really appreciate the technology aspects of it because it's allowed me to understand even my customers better. So we're
Okay.
hoping you
Okay,
come
we
on
said
board as
30
well.
seconds. You've gone 2 minutes. I'm still
Oh,
counting.
dear, sorry.
But yeah, you heard it from her. She said, "Go pure, pick your products wisely, and decide on the things that come into your body. Be instead of just taking everything, look at what you're picking and make better choices." So on to you, Margaret. 30 seconds. She's raised the bar, so maybe 1 minute now.
Isoken, I'd really love to connect with you after this because I think we might have a great synergy there. But to go into how I see things moving forward, definitely the likes of the last few years, the world has opened, and therefore I'm dealing with a lot more clients within different countries, different time zones, and the advancement of, as I say, an app that I will have coming out within the next few months, and being able to help the corporate side as well, not having to actually be there in the building, but being able to give them the opportunity of a hub that is really going to be that they can tap into at any time, to instant breathing, instant meditations, and instant access to up to date gut health. So that's where I really see my business going, on a more instant kind of way for people.
Right. So that's more of the on-demand aspect as well, like very
Yeah,
quickly. And I think Joycee mentioned that as well. That's going nowhere. So thank
yeah.
you. You've had it from Margaret as well. Thanks for being here. So let's take it from Joycee now. Oh, you're mute.
I was talking away. So awesome. Thank you so much, Tommy, for today. It's been amazing and enlightening listening to Margaret and Isoken as well. So basically, for me, I am driven by research. I like to watch trends. And I'll just leave us with 6 things that have been in a McKinsey report that have been talked about lately, 6 trends with wellness and tech. Basically, natural and clean products are in. So as Isokin said, everyone's looking about what's going in their bodies, what's going on top of their bodies. Personalization is everything right now. People want to know how you can personalize to their own needs. The future is digital. Everything is digital. Everyone should be thinking about how to digitalize their businesses, digitalize their offerings, their services, and those touch points being digital. Influencers are changing the game. People are using tech influencers and influencers to really get the word out about their products. And then services are growing as a category in this industry. People are looking at in the wellness and health industry, products usually take more of precedence, but lately services are really climbing up there. So that's really, really important. And how you can digitalize your services is very important as well. And last but not least, people are looking for multiple benefits. So when Isokin said like her products also are biodegradable, you're speaking to a whole other consumer market that's interested in the environment. For example, people don't want a single solution. They want to know why this solves my pain points in multiple categories. So tech will aid us in all these 6 trends. And I'm really proud to be a part of this industry and pioneering specifically in the best continent there is right now, Africa, and for growth and opportunities, I should say. I'll put a cliche on that. And so that's what I think about the future of tech.
All right, fantastic. Like you guys are amazing. See, people are saying it. You guys are amazing. I enjoyed today. But you're hearing it from Joycey. The future is digital. And when you're talking digital, you need to solve more than one problem. People now we are becoming greedy. So it's not just solve something, solve multiple things at the same time. So, guys, I must just say a very, very, very big thank you to you all for being here today. It's been such an amazing, amazing chat. I couldn't even believe it. So, we've gone over an hour already. We could just keep chatting because it was just like a girls' hangout. And we're really talking about important stuff here. And you guys have enlightened our audience, you've enlightened me as well. And I can't wait to have you guys come back next time. I hope you'll come back. If we call you to come back next time to speak. Okay, I'm getting yes, yes,
Us.
yes. This is great. So let's look at our leaderboard before we close out. It looks like we have the ultimate queen, which is Angela Oladipupo. She was reigning supreme from beginning. And she's closing out with 640 points. So, Angela, congratulations. So, you've won our prize today, which is £50. We'll reach out to you and get that to you at some point. Thank you to everyone that has been coming in and going out and coming back in. And thank you to everyone listening to us wherever in the podcast, or you're watching us on YouTube, or you're watching us on Facebook, or wherever you're watching us. We are glad that you're here to listen to us today. So the topic we were talking about is the advancement of tech in the health and wellness industry, and I thought we've been able to do justice to that within the last hour or so. So until next time, when we'll bring you another bus chat and we have another incredible lineup of speakers. My name is Tommie Edwards, and check out what we're doing at Tedbree, and we'll be back soon. Thank you guys. Have a great evening. Take
Thank you
care.
so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.